Good morning, you guys. I'm kind of like rushing right now, but I figured today I would film a day in the life of a toddler with type 1 diabetes. On Tuesday mornings we go to the library for homeschool, and they like read them story time and they do crafts and color and all that kind of stuff. So that's at 10 o'clock and it's almost 9 o'clock and I haven't cooked them breakfast. So I'm gonna make bacon. This is just the bacon we have right now, and eggs. And technically he doesn't have to get insulin for that because it's just a lot of protein, but and I know a lot of people are thinking like, well then why not just give him things that he doesn't need insulin for, but he actually needs carbs. Like, you need carbs to pass gas and all kinds of stuff. But so I'm gonna he's gonna have that and probably some fruit, but it's probably not going to be enough fruit that he will need insulin for. But he still does have to get his long-acting insulin this morning, which is 3 units for him because he's so little. And let me just show you guys what his blood sugar is right now. It is at 119 right now. He had a pretty good night. It took us a while to get him down, but once he was down, he kind of stayed steady all night, which was awesome. We figured out how my husband can actually see his Dexcom now, his continuous glucose monitor, and my husband is like in California right now. So that is awesome that my husband's able to see what his blood sugar is. So at nighttime, I'm not the only one that's on duty because my husband actually drives a lot at night. So now if he's going high or low and I don't hear the alarm, my husband can like call me or whatever and be like, hey, he's super low or he's super high, go check him, whatever. Because, you know, sometimes I can get in a deep sleep. But he's doing really good right now. He needs to be between 110 and 180 during the night and 90 to 180 during the day. I'm going to be honest, me and his doctors, we are still working with like his numbers and everything. So he is usually, we try to keep him in range like 50% of the day, but it doesn't always work out because he's just so little and he was newly diagnosed. So it's going to take a while to get him extremely level. But I figured I'd just show you guys a day in the life today. We're going to use his gray pen, his Lantus. That is his long-acting insulin. And then we're going to use, we have to put a needle on it. So these are just what the needles look like. I'm sorry, it's having a hard time focusing. There it goes. They're just little needles that you put on and alcohol swab. Alright, let's do it in your thigh, buddy, because we've been doing it, we haven't really been doing your thigh that much, okay? And you want to like wipe the tip of the needle. Get it cleaned, sterilize it, then you just put the needle on, and you don't put this in the sharps container until afterwards because you want to use it to unscrew it after you're done. Alright, come on, buddy.
There we go. And he'll get 3 units, so you just double check it. The units, it tells you on here what the units are. So he'll get 3. See? Alcohol you down, buddy. 1, 2, 3. You can't stop that time. Or if I can take it to release and let go. Put the needle back on immediately. Alright, and he's good to go.
Alright, I am looking into his bag. This little Nike bag, it's like a mini one. I think it was like $35 or $40. We got it from, where did we get it from? Dick's Sporting Goods. And it has like all his stuff that we use every single day on the go, so I can just grab this bag and go. It has low snacks and all of that in there. I just checked his insulin cartridges to make sure that they were like over halfway full. If not, I would have put in an extra one of these in there because you just never want to run out of insulin, especially with us being on the go so much. And I keep his room temperature when they're open. They're good room temperature for 28 days, I believe. But I still do put an ice pack. We have ice packs that we have at all times because it's so hot outside. I put an ice pack in the bag and I just like stick it in here, and then I'll just stick the ice pack in the bag with it to keep it cool so it doesn't get hot, because it can go bad if it's too hot or if it freezes. So that's what I am heating up a bagel, and they're gonna have eggs, bacon, and half a slice of a bagel. A whole bagel is 52 grams of carbs, so we would half that for him. So he is going to need insulin for the bagel, but this will just keep him full longer and get the protein and stuff that he needs and all of that to start his day on the right foot. So I am going to I'm going to count him and calculate him for the bagel. So half of 52 is what we'll do, and we'll put it in with his ratios and all of that. Alright, he is going to eat his food. He's eating his bacon right now, and they just have water with their breakfast and throughout the day. Unless he goes low, he'll have juice. And I also just gave him his multivitamin, and we're about to correct him. If he eats the bagel, all of it will correct him. We have to correct afterwards because unfortunately he can't tell me, like, you know, how much he's going to eat. He's not at that age yet. So we'll see what we have to correct him with depending on how much he eats. I wanted to show you guys this. So I just packed a whole bunch of different kinds of snacks in this little acrylic bin that I have. Like, I have snacks for lows, low carb snacks, kind of snacks for everybody in here. And I also usually carry like fresh fruit. I also have juice boxes in the trunk at all times, stuff like that we always just keep on hand. I was super nervous about that. When he first got diagnosed, I was terrified about that because we spend a lot of time in the car. When I say a lot, like pretty much every day we're in the car for some reason. And with type 1 diabetes, you just always want to be prepared. I don't care if you think you're just going to run to the store and it's only going to take 5 minutes. You still need to bring all the insulin stuff, his Gvoke, because he could just randomly go low. He could randomly be too high. You just always want to be prepared. You never want to be in a situation where you're not prepared. So keeping stuff in the car, in the house, in places to reach at all times is just like super important to me, and just for his life, honestly. So that's why I made that little kit with like foods for the kids that won't go bad fast and stuff like that, to always keep on hand. Now obviously it's so hot, so I have been taking it in and out of the car, but it's already packed, and all I have to do is grab it anytime we're running out the door, because we run to the store a lot. It's just me. My husband drives trucks over the road, so I have to be prepared at like all times. So that is what I've done to help prepare myself and just to stay on top of things, because we travel and we're in the car so much. Thankfully we have a big car, so it's comfortable in here, because I was like, if we had a small car, this would be so cramped having to take all this stuff. But yeah, we just make it work and do what we can to make our lives easier. So right now Kayson's blood sugar is 212, so that's not quite enough to give him insulin for. But as you can see, we like to keep it in the gray, and it's going above. And also he is picking out a snack right now, so it looks like he's about to have some Welch's fruit snacks. So I am gonna have to give him insulin for that. So let me calculate and see how much. So these are actually lesser carbs than I thought. They are only 17 grams of carbs. So for a snack, we do we divide it by 40, so we'll do 17 carbs, and we'll divide that by 40. That'll be 0.4. And then his blood sugar right now is 215, and we do minus 150, which is where we want him to be at, and divide that by 200, and that's 0.3. So then we do the 0.3 plus the 0.4 that we got for his carbs, and that equals 0.7. We round that down to the nearest half, so he'll get 0.5 of insulin. Okay, you want to do your arm? Get the fatty part when there you go, buddy. So every now and then something like this will happen where he just had insulin for those what were those, the fruit snacks, and he wants some pretzels and goldfish. So since it was like 2 seconds ago, I'm going to go ahead and correct him for it. They don't really want them to graze, but my son is 2. We're not going to deprive him, so I'm just going to give him the insulin as well for the pretzels and goldfish, because pretzels are actually a lot of carbs. Like, you have to look at the serving size, and it's like 20 grams of carbs per 1 ounce. That is a lot. So this is probably like 1 ounce in here, 1 ounce of each, the goldfish and the pretzels. You have to honestly do an educated guess unless you have your scale with you, which I don't have my scale with me right now. But that would be so helpful if I did. I did buy a scale, just one of those from Walmart, so I'm gonna correct him for the goldfish. So this is his receiver, and on it I'm not actually able to go back and look and see like what I put in for his last insulin or what time he had it on. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong there, if I need to do some more research, but I've been doing it on my phone. So on my phone, what I'm going to do is go in and I'm going to put, I can add how many carbs he had, which he just had 40 grams of carbs. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hard to record the phone. And my thing keeps getting blurry. So I'm going to put his carbs in. And then I am also going to put in how much insulin he just had. And he just had 1 unit of insulin for his carbs and sugar. You add them together and you'd like, it's like a lot of math, honestly. So then we'll see like how his graph goes, and hopefully he'll come back down into range, and that is going to treat him for the carbs as well. We just got to the park. Usually, well, not usually, every time that we come to the park, he's playing hard, and it's obviously hot outside. Like today it's 90. It is kind of overcast, so it shouldn't be like it's super bad, but I am going to pack some juice boxes. The Honest Kids juices, these right here, they don't really bring his sugar up fast enough. But like I found this high C juice in the console, and obviously I keep apple juices in the trunk. So I'm just going to pack these in the wagon that I carry with us, and in his bag in case he starts to go low. Because typically he always does, or he might just actually have a snack before he goes to the park. But I don't think he's really super hungry because he just had some snacks. So I am going to just take juice boxes and a couple of snacks with us. The park is like literally right across, so I'm not going to show it because kids are out there playing. But I am going to take these just in case of a low. Right now, he is sitting at 210. If you can see, earlier when he had those snacks that I dosed him for, he spiked a little bit, and then his insulin brought him. We just picked up lunch after the park at Zaxby's. The kids got fries and a grilled cheese meal, and also we got chicken. So we got lots of stuff here. He needs some carbs in him. They gave me milk even though I ordered juice, but I'm sure Winter will drink the milk and some goldfish. So when we eat, yes baby, 1 second. When we eat stuff like fast food out, I have to, there's this app called MyFitnessPal, and I'll go on the app, and that is how I will decide how much insulin he needs, like how many carbs is a small fry, grilled cheese, stuff like that. So hopefully it's showing you guys, but a small fry at Zaxby's, I think that says that it is, sorry I'm trying to get it to focus. A small fry is 29 carbs, and then I will put in for his bread, and that is how I will dose him. So they're just having the piece of a grilled cheese and a whole bunch of french fries. And honestly, I doubt that they're even going to eat all of this because they just had like snacks and stuff. So we will see how much of it they eat, and then I will dose him for that. Now he is sitting at 116, so as you can tell he is going down because we went to the park, and that brings him down. Okay, not even 5 minutes later, and I just got a notification that he's going low. During the daytime, he needs to be above 90, so he is above 90. So I'm expecting it to go up since he is eating right now, so we will just see. Okay, so his blood sugar is actually like, it fixed itself on its own. It did drop back down to 86. If you can see that little dip right there, and then it is going up from the carbs, but he got 1 unit of insulin, so it should be coming down soon. Okay, his blood sugar is at 117. I haven't had to give him any more insulin since the last time I talked to you guys. And it is, so for dinner we're just having mac and cheese and these chicken nuggets and some green beans. So the mac and cheese will be the main thing with the most carbs. These are probably only like 1 or 2 carbs. So I'm going to see how much of that he eats, and then we will dose him for that. Kason, how are you feeling?
Mommy.
You feel okay?
Mom, Kason feeling well.
You feel well, buddy? You ready to eat?
Kason, his blood sugar is low.
It's not low, baby. It's in range. Kason, you ready to eat? He's like, I'm playing with my Legos, ma'am. And for a sweet treat, I am baking the kids some cookies. So he will also have one of these, or probably multiple of these. So I will have to dose him for those as well.
Look how he propped and then
Let me see. You are. He did not really eat his macaroni, but he did eat his chicken. So that was all like 43 carbs because he had 2 cookies and 2 tablespoons of cookie dough is 17 carbs. So he had 2 of those. So I'm about to dose him. So when I did the calculations, it was 1 unit of insulin. So I'm about to give him 1 unit.
And this house is pretty old, so this is like legit real hardwood floors. They're squeaky and old, but I love them, and they're really easy to
This isn't a finger one, buddy. This is on the arm.
Carpet just feels so cozy.
Let's get your arm.
For kids, it's so much easier to keep hard floors cleaner than carpet. Rugs, you can take them outside and pressure wash them if you need to, or shampoo them. I know, but just cleaning the hard floors, the laminate, is so much easier to just wipe up messes. But I'm not sure why they decided to leave the hardwood.
Hold on, let me do the primer.
And then replace
I didn't even get you yet.
a brand new tile and brand new laminate throughout the rest of the house, and then they left the hardwood in bedrooms out of the house.
Runner, why you eat that cookie? Wait, put your hands in the beach. Oh no!
There you go, buddy.
Yummy.
I'm gonna put it in the app. Right now you can see he's kind of going up a little bit. I'm gonna put in the app how many carbs he had. And he had 43 carbs. Add that. And then I'm gonna add his fast acting insulin. And he got 1 unit of fast acting insulin. Okay, 2 things. So Kason is kind of high right now. He is at 298, and that's just from when he had dinner still, but he's not high enough to have insulin right now because it should drop down with the insulin that he got because it takes 3 hours for the insulin to fully kick in. But he just got a bath, and his Dexcom patch, it's like on, he has like 4 more days of it, and he's been, like, they take baths every night, so it's wearing off. So we have these skin grip stickers, Dexcom adhesive patches, and I'm going to let him pick out one of these to put on the Dexcom. We made a mistake last time and we put it on the first day that we put his Dexcom on, and it started wearing off early. So now I just wait till it starts getting a little unattached, and then I'll put this on so we can get our longest wear out of it, because you don't want the Dexcom to fall off because insurance only pays for the certain amount of supply, and it's hard to get more after insurance has already sent out, you know, what they are going to cover. So and those things are expensive. I think they're like $1,200 a month. So yeah, but I'm gonna let him pick out a cool little sticker. There's like all these colors. He usually picks blue, but we'll see which color he picks tonight. Let's move this over. So I am cutting up some cheese. The kids have requested cheese, and then we had leftover bacon this morning. They want some bacon because they did not do good eating their dinner tonight. So I'm just cutting up cheese right here. So I'm cutting this up, and the cheese is only 1 carb per ounce, and I'm pretty sure he'll eat like 4 ounces of this, like 3 or 4 ounces possibly, I don't know. I'll just look at it on the scale. I'm about to show you guys how I do that with the scale, and make sure it's not like you know, a lot of carbs, which I doubt it is, because cheese is low carb. But I'm just gonna cut all of this cheese up just to have it cut up anyways, because they love having cheese as a snack. Alright, so I just got the scale out and I put it in grams, because if you look on the serving size, it says 1 ounce and then it says like 28 grams. So I'm guessing that's how it's measured out, and then it says total carbs 1 gram. So I'm going to measure out the cheese that I just cut up in grams. 1 second, my husband's calling. He's calling to tell the kids good night.
What's your store code? Alright, so we're going to see how much is 28 grams. Pretty much 1/6. Okay, so that's not bad at all, because these are pretty decent size sauces that I put, so he's going to have, I'm pretty sure he's going to eat whatever he's like 3 of these, so 62 grams, 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 62 gr let's see. So 62, and we're going to divide that by 28 and see how many carbs that is.
Okay, so 62 divided by 28 is 2, so it's only 2.2 carbs. So not bad at all. Not enough for insulin at all. You need like, I think, over like 19 carbs, 20 carbs for him to need insulin at for his ratio. So he is like doing swell. Even with the bacon, he is perfectly fine. Alright, so this is the nightly snack that he asked for. Alright, it is time for me to check his blood sugar again. And I don't know if y'all can see, but it is just saying hi. So if his blood sugar goes above 400, it doesn't read it on the Dexcom anymore. So at this point, he has to get his finger poked, which is no problem. We try to keep it in range. It's been pretty good in range all day. But, you know, sometimes it just goes high. And you can tell he's high because he will start chugging water. This is his second full cup of water that he is chugging. So I'm about to have to prick his finger with this manual monitor. Sorry, the cover is up there. And then after I figure out what his sugar is, then I will treat him accordingly. Go ahead and put this in. This alcohol wipe. And I always, like, when I take an old one out, like when this already has a brand new needle in there, because once I prick him, I'll take this one out and go ahead and change it so it's already always ready. So let's see if he wants to actually do it himself. Let's see. Y'all, he just gave me his toe and said he wants to do his toe. You can do your toe. Which toe you want to do?
My toe.
Which toe?
My toe.
Any toe? You want to prick it?
I prick it.
Okay. You gonna press it? Let's see. Uh-oh. Hold on.
I want a Band-Aid. Here we go. Band-Aid.
Okay, I just cleaned his toe. So let's see. Hold on. Which toe you want to do?
Left toe.
Which toe?
Oh.
Okay, buddy. You sit up. No, sit up. I'm gonna let you do it. Sit up.
Mommy, don't touch Bubba's
Do you think we
toe.
should do a finger? Sit up. Let's do a finger.
No. Whoa, don't touch Bubba's toe.
You just have to do a toe? You want to do a toe? Okay. Well, Mommy will do it then, okay?
Mommy, don't touch Bubba's
Alright.
toe.
3, 2, 1. Alright, we got a bleeder.
Mommy, don't
We got a bleeder.
touch toe. You poke
His
it.
toe is okay.
Water. Mommy,
Okay.
I want a Band-Aid.
Get some blood.
Mommy, I want a Band-Aid, please.
Okay, and let's clean it off.
Mommy, I
And
want
let's
a
see what he's
Band-Aid.
reading. He's reading at
Mommy, I want a Band-Aid.
420.
Mommy, I want a Band-Aid. Mommy,
420.
Mommy,
Alright, he just got 1 unit of insulin, so I'll just put that in, that he got 1 unit. And then he should be going down after that. And we shouldn't have to correct him. Usually I don't have to correct him anymore after this, but I'm just going to obviously stay up to make sure that he goes down, because I don't want him to be high all night. But we would rather him be high a little bit and me not know it than him be low, because I don't know if y'all remember, but this morning we gave him this long-acting insulin, and it's still in his body for like 24 hours, just slowly doing its thing in there. So he still does have insulin in there. So I would rather him be a little high than, like, you know, super low.